home remedies, my dear friends. So part of home remedies, today we are trying to learn a mudras for acidity and gastric. So try to understand the acidity and gastric. How this acidity and gastric will come into picture. There are two reasons for this acidity and gastric. Number one is constipation. Number two is indigestion. When the indigestion takes place, why the indigestion takes place? Because the type kind of the food what you are taking, and whatever the food you are taking, so depends upon the food style. Especially you are eating the foods with the so-called the lot of hard food, maybe non-vegetarian food, right? If you take non-vegetarian food, or if you take a hard substances like you are taking continuously so-called sprouts is a hard food, highest protein. Okay, so who is going to involve in the digestion? Your liver is going to involve in the digestion. What it does in the stomach area, in the lining of stomach area, whatever enzymes are there, whatever the so-called cells are there, cells in the stomach area, in the lining of stomach. So with the help of liver, what it is going to do is all these cells will produce the enough amount of enzymes, enough amount of secretions, that is called acid. The acid will be produced. The acid will be produced and the enzymes will be generated, so that whatever the food you take, so it has to be digested, it has to be disintegrated into small parts, and finally it gets converted into the so-called glucose with the help of this microbacteria, whatever exists in the gut system, your stomach, my dear friends. So this is how the digestion takes place. So it means, so basically, so this is the kind of the acid what it produces, what is produced inside the stomach. If it is higher than the food what you take, the food you have taken, right? Acid is produced more than what the food you have taken. Then what will happen? The amount of acids will be increased. You get some kind of a headache, and you get some kind of a different, the kind of sensation through your mouth. You'll be able to get that kind of gases. All that will happen. All this discomfort will come. Some kind of a headache also will be started because of this gastric, and the back pain will come. So many symptoms will come, my dear friends. So that is how you need to understand, right? All these things happening because of excess amount of acids produced inside your stomach. So what is the reason for that? Of course, what happens is you eat sometimes a sour food, like food with the highest amount of spice, right? So you eat some kind of a hard foods. So the different kind of foods what you follow depends upon that. What will happen? The body starts producing the acids. So that will be excessive, means then you get into the so-called acidity. So with acidity, what happens, friends? Whenever this happens, then indigestion produced. When the indigestion happens, it leads to constipation. The constipation, of course, there are other reasons also. What are the other reasons for constipation? Especially when you eat the food with a less amount of fiber. You don't have fiber, what you're eating day in, day out. Nowadays, the modern society is eating most of the substances which are made with the help of maida and godi. So bread will be eaten, or by all the bakery items will be eaten. Otherwise, you go to the pizza, burger, all these are actually nothing but a bread. That means nothing but a godi, nothing but a maida. With all these things, what kind of fiber you can expect? You don't have fiber component in that. So when you don't have fiber component, what will happen? The digestion is also a problem, and then comes to the excretion, that is also a big problem. It gets stuck, it won't release, the stools will not pass easily. When there is enough amount of fiber, the digestion will also takes place slowly. Why the digestion has to be taken place slowly? We already discussed in the earlier classes, it has to release slow and steady glucose into the blood. Otherwise, it is going to cause some other problems, whatever diabetes, sugar, diabetes, BP, and then heart attacks, all the heart issues, whatever it may be. But so when there is slow digestion, steady slow digestion, the glucose will be steady slow release into the physical blood. So along with that, there is a good amount of fiber in your food, whatever intake. So then what will happen? That is going to ensure the excretion takes place properly. The entire will be flushed out. So friends, so if you don't follow this kind of a dietary and lifestyle and food style, what happens? Obviously, you get into the so-called the acidity, so-called the indigestion, then constipation. Indigestion, constipation leads to so-called acidity and the gastric. So that's how we need to understand this particular subject, my dear friends. So now, in order to solve this, what are the mudras? Very much, very useful mudras. So everybody can use this all the time, my dear friends. So it is easy to come out of all these things. I told for the constipation just now, because one of the best technique, the home remedy for constipation, which I already given. So let me tell you, if the constipation go on exists, friends, when the constipation go on increases, persists for long time, it gets converted to piles. So be careful about the constipation day in, day out. You have to make sure that whatever you take input, the output has to come at least twice a day. Minimum twice a day, you have to go to the stools. Stool has to pass out. Then only whatever you are eating, input you are taking, that is get cleansed. All the wastage gets cleansed. Then your the inside is completely purified. Then you won't attract any kind of bacterial, viral related, bacterial related, any other, other related diseases will not come to your physical body. So that's how now, friends, let's understand the wonderful mudras for constipation. What is the mudra? Apana mudra. Apana mudra, we already know. So everybody knows the Apana mudra. You have to start practicing. This is Apana mudra. This is Apana mudra. You need to practice for 30 minutes. For 30 minutes, and if at all more constipation is there, try to practice more number of times in a day. So followed by Prana Mudra. Prana Mudra will be like this. This Prana Mudra also you must practice every day for the especially constipation, coming out of the constipation. So this is the wonderful mudra for the constipation. Friends, so other thing is for indigestion. So when the indigestion is happening, which I already told you, the indigestion happens because of many reasons. Because of the food style, lifestyle, what exactly you follow, what time you are eating. So by the time you are eating, acids are not produced and acids are not there, and you're eating late night, acid will not be produced. Before sunset, if you eat anything, sufficient amount of secretions will be there inside the physical body, inside the gut. Then the digestion happens properly. If you are eating late night, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, what happens? The secretions, the so-called acids, which need to digest, which need to designate the food particles into small particles. So who is going to designate all these secretions is going to take place, is going to take part of that. So all that will be not produced in the night time, then your digestion will not be proper. It is called indigestion. Then it's going to be it's going to produce the food is going to decay inside your stomach. Then it's going to produce all the unnecessary gases, all the poisonous gases into your physical body. Friends, so in order to correct this problem, indigestion especially, I use something called Samana Mudra. What is Samana Mudra? This is Samana Mudra. All the fingers bring closer, gently touch. This is called Samana Mudra. Just hold it like this and then put onto the thigh. Just keep on the thighs and start practicing for 30 minutes. Friends, how this mudra is going to work? Because Samana Mudra means it is going to maintain the Samana Vayu. Where is Samana Vayu is rotating in the physical body. I get something like I have something called, there are pancha pranas or pancha vayus. Udana, Samana, Apana, Vyana, Prana. These are the 5 pranas, 5 prana forces which are existing in the energy body. Where is the Samana Vayu? Samana Vayu is in the stomach area. This maintains entire stomach, all the large intestine, small intestine, excretion, everything will be taken care by Samana Vayu. If the Samana Vayu is not properly flowing inside the stomach, so this mudra is going to correct that particular thing, then your digestion will be taken place properly. The indigestion will be corrected automatically. That is why we have to practice this Samana Mudra along with followed by Prana Mudra for 10 minutes, Samana Mudra minimum for 30 minutes. So this is going to be correcting your problem, my dear friends. So these are the mudras, wonderful mudras. Please keep practicing. So every day, whenever you get problem, whenever you have any kind of suffering like this,